What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome to Cowboys Daily, the podcast where one fan gets to share his thoughts, ideas, and opinions on your favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. And that fan is me. I'm your host, Rome. And on this show, I'll take a look at the newest Dallas Cowboy and what he brings to the team, yesterday's joint practice against the New Orleans Saints, and end with some thoughts from our dear leader, Jerry Jones. Cowboys Daily is brought to you by Fan Arch, your source for daily fan-driven media. Check them out at fanarch.com. There you'll find articles, videos, and podcasts for whatever you are a fan of. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button below and ring that notifications bell to keep up with the latest news and my opinions about the team. All right, so the big news that everyone is talking about is the addition of 7-time All-Pro, 8-time Pro Bowler, and 2-time Super Bowl champion Von Miller to the team. On Monday, the team and Miller agreed to a one-year, $5.5 million deal with a maximum value of $7.5 million. In the weeks prior to the signing, Miller was all over social media, signaling his interest in joining the Cowboys. Miller played last year with the Washington Commanders, and although he only started 3 games, playing only on situational snaps, Miller tallied 9 sacks. That is still impressive for a 37-year-old. For Miller, it will be a homecoming of sort. Born in DeSoto, Texas, a suburb of Dallas, he attended DeSoto High there and eventually chose Texas A&M as his college. There he became a consensus All-American, won the Dick Butkus Award, and was the NCAA sack leader in 2009. In 2011, he was drafted 2nd overall by the Denver Broncos, and the rest is history. At Denver, Miller became one of the most dominant outside linebackers in the league. 2011 Defensive Rookie of the Year, All-Pro, Pro Bowls, eventually culminating in Super Bowl 50, where he earned MVP honors. And the word is that fellow Super Bowl 50 teammate and legendary Cowboy himself, DeMarcus Ware, had some part in getting Miller to Dallas. If you recall, the veteran Cowboy left Dallas to join the Broncos, where he helped mentor a young Von Miller and helped Denver win a Super Bowl. Could this be karma and destiny paying it back to the Cowboys? Of course, over a decade removed from that, he is not the same player he was. But since then, he has still put up some decent numbers. Last year, like I said, with the Washington Commanders, he accounted for 9 sacks. But I have a feeling the biggest contribution he will make to the Cowboys won't be on the field. He will get his share of snaps, mostly situational, and he will get his share of sacks. But what he will bring to the team is veteran leadership from someone who has been to the top of the mountain twice. And especially to a young linebacker core and young pass rushers, he, along with Rashawn Gary, should be great mentors to players like Donovan Ezeraku, Malachi Lawrence, Jayshawn Barham, and several others. And should the Cowboys find themselves on a path leading to the playoffs, if it's that leadership and experience that will help get the team successfully through the postseason. I myself am super excited about the acquisition, not because I expect Von to put up 18 sacks this season. He likely won't, but because the coaches and the front office saw the potential from the defense in the Seattle preseason game and didn't just sit on their butts and do nothing. They went out and added a player that can contribute both on and off the field, and that's the most exciting part of this deal. And from the sounds of it, it seems the team might not be done with adding experience and talent to the team. But more on that later. The Cowboys participated in their second joint practice yesterday, this time against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints traveled to Oxnard to hold several scrimmages with the Cowboys, and as expected, Kellen Moore was seen palling it up with Dak Prescott and other members of the offense. Moore, of course, was the offensive coordinator for Dallas from 2019 to 2022. Overall, it was a good performance by the team on both sides of the ball. The Dak to Pickens connection was in full action with a deep ball completion in double coverage for a near touchdown. Dak wasn't perfect, however, throwing up an interception on a pass to CeeDee Lamb over the middle. The running game showed improvement, with Javonte having some nice runs, including a nice scamper for 20-plus yards. You can tell the coaches and the offensive line have been putting in the work in the run game. The defense really made their mark as well. Kenny Clark, Isaiah Land, and rookie Malachi Lawrence with some would-be sacks. Reddy Stewart with an interception on a tip drill. Quinnen Williams, Caleb Downs with some nice stops against the Saints' run game. It was a heated practice as well. Several skirmishes broke out, including one involving Donovan Ezeraku, who was ready to throw down with the entire Saints team. Things were quickly broken up, however, but you really like to see that. To me, that means the players are taking things seriously. Unfortunately, the team didn't agree with that, and EZ was pulled from the joint practice and didn't see any more action. I mean, as long as no one gets hurt or suspended, it's going to happen when big dudes are out there hitting each other. Speaking of injuries, Hunter Lepke was seen leaving with one of the trainers. Hopefully it's nothing serious for him. Michael Trigg was also held out of this practice as he is dealing with a toe injury suffered in the preseason game against Seattle. Some good news, rookie linebacker Jayshon Barham was in full pads and practicing after sitting out the Rams joint practice as he was recovering from a groin injury. Looks like he's a full go now, and newly signed Von Miller made it to the joint practice. He didn't participate in any of the scrimmages or drills and was seen mostly working on the side with pass rush specialist BT Jordan, who has worked with Miller in the past. That must be a good motivator for the team to see a legend wearing the same jersey as you and working out on the side. Some of the younger players might have to Google Von Miller to read who he is and what he's about to bring to the team. As expected, the first cut has been made to the roster. After the first preseason game, one player has come to the end of the line with the Dallas Cowboys. To no one's surprise, Trayshawn Holden was waived by the team. The wide receiver barely saw any action in the Seahawks preseason game, but when he did on special teams, he literally gave the ball away. On a Seattle punt, Holden attempted to field the punt inside the 5-yard line rather than just letting it go. The Seahawks recovered right at the goal line. Luckily for Holden, the defense stepped up and came up with a goal line stand. But even that didn't prevent the inevitable. On Monday, Holden was waived by the team. In a social media post, Holden thanked the organization for the opportunity and stated that his journey was not over. Some team could pick up the second-year receiver on waivers, but we'll just have to wait and see. Seems like the team didn't hesitate and has no interest in keeping him for the practice squad. His Dallas Cowboys journey is over. I wish him the best of luck with whoever picks him up. He is just the first of the roster cuts as we approach the regular season. Who do you expect to be cut from the team? I have my guesses, and I'll share them with you as we see more cuts incoming. Let me know in the comments below who you think is done with the team. Is there anyone you really don't want to be cut, but realistically has run out of luck and time with the Cowboys? And finally, with the latest addition of Von Miller to the team, could the team add more firepower? Or is this team done with any more additions? Well, according to team owner and president Jerry Jones, the Cowboys are very much still in the market of adding more talent to the team. Recently, Jones has stated that he is still in discussion with other team owners when it comes to trading for players, and that should the opportunity present itself, he would be willing and ready to wheel and deal for any player that he feels could come in and benefit the team. Several players have been and are still showing up on the Cowboys rumor mill. players like Max Crosby, who could come in and make a real difference on day one. But perhaps the possibility is lessened with the acquisition of Von Miller as a pass rusher. But who knows? The rumors are still swirling. Another player that has been thrown around, another name that has been thrown around with the Cowboys is Bobby Wagner. Like Miller, a future first ballot Hall of Famer, Wagner could come in and do to the linebacker group what Miller can do and bring to the pass rushers. Experience, leadership, and guidance. One name that has just recently popped up, though, with the Cowboys and a possible trade is New England Patriot cornerback Christian Gonzalez. Not sure how viable that trade would be, but he could really come in and instantly boost the secondary and the defense to be a possible top 5. I personally like the cornerback group we have, and I think they will be more than serviceable. But adding a player with of the caliber of Gonzalez would be a dream come true and would literally take this defense over the top. Let me know, Cowboys fans, who else you think the team could bring in that would instantly improve our chances at the playoffs and getting to the big game, even perhaps winning it. I'd love to hear what you think. Post your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. And that's it for today's show, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are enjoying these last few weeks leading up to the regular season. If you enjoyed this show, give it a thumbs up. It really helps to keep the channel going. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel at Cowboys Daily and also at FanArch. Stay tuned for the next episode as we approach the next preseason game this weekend against the Arizona Cardinals. Till then, thanks for joining me on Cowboys Daily. I will catch you all later. Have a great week. See y'all around.